In this lesson, we're going to take a look at the use of guides, smart guides, and rulers. These are handy little tools for lining stuff up. And to get yourself started, I need you to open the icons.png file and the fwuser.png file. Both are located in your exercise folder. And when they open, let's start with the icons.png file. Now, guides, as I said, allow you to line stuff up. So if I want to, for instance, have this coffee cup lined up with the bottom of this life ring, you really can't do it using Mark 1 eyeball. What you can do, though, is go to the View menu, Rulers, and when you see the rulers, you can click on it. And if you pull a ruler out, there's your guide. And that blue line is basically what we call non-printing. So if you were to output this, you wouldn't be able to see it. And that's how you kind of put a ruler on the page or a guide on the page. If you pull it back to where you got it, you see the guide is gone. So let's line up the coffee cup with the life ring. So we come up here, click, you see that little splitter, and we're going to put this right on the bottom of the coffee cup just to make sure that they're lined up. And you can see there's the guide, and then I can just choose this life ring, and using the down arrow, I can move it down and line it up. And if you really want to really get a good look at how this thing is lined up on the guide, just zoom in. You can see I'm a little bit high there, so I can just use that. And then here's a little teacher trick. If you want to zoom back out to 100%, just double click the magnifying glass. So those are rulers. Let's get that out of there. Smart guides are really kind of neat because what they do is they sort of give you a visual clue of where things are in relation to each other. So if I want to line up this coffee cup with the edge of the flicker badge here, I'd pull the coffee cup down. You see this dotted line? That tells me that the edge of the coffee cup is lined up with the edge of the flicker, but that center line tells me it's lined up with the center of the Facebook badge. Now I am up against the left edge of all of the icons in the second row. And if I put it over the LinkedIn, you can see that I am dead center with YouTube and envelope underneath, above it and beneath it. And you can see too that it's lined up at the top with the blogger logo. So you can do all kinds of cool things with this. Now grids are a little bit different. Let's open up the Fireworks user or the FW user PNG image. Now, grids, in simple terms, are the skeleton upon which you will build a project or a page. Grids come from the Bauhaus, which said that less is more, and by giving yourself a structure for layout, things become much easier to do. Now, this document here, for instance, actually did have a grid. So if I come to the grid here, and I just select Show Grid, you can see it's View, Grid, Show Grid. You can see that the page is broken up into a series of squares. Now, I've got a page here that I think is about 800 by 600, and if you want to change the grid, all you have to do is go to Edit Grid. This dialog box opens up, and you can choose the grid color, and you can even change the spacing to the size of the squares. So if I click OK, there we go. And if you want to turn the grid off, it's real simple. All you do is you just deselect it, and it's gone. Now, what does this snap to grid mean? Well, let's zoom in, and I'll show you. So I get the magnifying glass tool, and let's zoom in on this little area here. Hold down the space bar. Now I'm going to turn on the grid. What snap to grid means is that when an object is brought close to a grid, it actually snaps to it. You notice it just snapped right to it. Just that last little pixel just lined up right on the grid. If I move this up, it immediately goes onto the grid as well. So snapping is kind of neat, and sometimes it's discrete. You really don't see it if you're working with small areas, but sometimes if you get close, you might just see whatever's being dragged on your mouse literally leap off your mouse to a coordinate on a grid, and that is happening. So I'm going to turn off the grid. Now, one final thing about guides. You can lock guides as well, so that means that you can have a number of guides here. And this is really kind of a neat little feature because it helps you line stuff up. So if I got these guides here, and I lock them, what this means is I can't get at them. See, I can't move it off of the page. I've got to actually go to the guides, unlock them, and then you can see I can now get at them and move them off. There's another menu item here for smart guides, and you can see Show Smart Guides, and those are the dotted lines, and you can even use it to snap to smart guides. And these are usually traditionally turned on. If you find that the smart guides are bothering you, well, then just come to the View menu and just turn off Show Smart Guides. So there you go. There's how you use smart guides, grids, and even guides to help you lay in the base and alignment of objects and even pages.